Hello student, in this video we learn the digestive system in humans. Let us start. Our body cells needs energy to do work. We get this energy from the food we eat. The food we eat cannot be used as such by our body. It is converted into a simpler form. That means our body, that means we need energy to do work, and this energy which help you to the energy which we get from the food that we eat. The food we eat cannot be used as such by our body. That means the food which we eat is directly not absorbed by our body. That means it is converted into the simpler and absorbable form, then our body absorbs the food. The process of converting complex food substance into simpler absorbable form is called digestion. That means the process of converting complex food substance to the simpler one is called digestion. The simpler and soluble molecules are then absorbed by the body cells. The simple substances are absorbed by our body cells. An unabsorbed portion of the food is thrown out by the body as feces or stool. That means the unabsorbed part, that means waste that which are not absorbed by our body, is removed in the form of, or it thrown out from in the form of feces or stool. The process of digestion start in the mouth. That means the process of digestion start in our mouth. From the mouth, the food passes through a food canal called alimentary canal or digestive tract. Alimentary canal is a long muscular and coil tube. It starts from the mouth and ends at anus. Here the different organs of the small intestine. See: mouth, salivary gland, esophagus, stomach, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, large intestine, small intestine, rectum, appendix, anus. These are the organs of the human digestive system. The different organs of the alimentary canal are as follows. Here are some organs of the alimentary canal: mouth, mouth cavity or buccal cavity, esophagus, it called food pipe also, stomach, small intestine, fifth one is the large intestine, then rectum and anus. So first our digestion start in our mouth, then it goes down to the esophagus or food pipe, that is stored in our stomach. Then it in stomach 50% food digested, and then it goes to the large intestine, half portion, then remaining portion of the food, undigested food, is completed digestion in the small intestine. Then it goes large intestine. Here large intestine, our body absorb water, and then it's stored in the rectum. From the rectum we remove through the anus. Associated with the alimentary canal are some glands that secrete digestive juices. These glands are salivary glands, liver, pancreas and gallbladder. These glands secrete juices or enzymes which help in the digestion of nutrients. The alimentary canal along with the associated glands is called digestive system. The alimentary canal as well as the organs of the digestive system is called the digestive system. Mouth. The mouth contains the tongue, teeth and salivary gland. The process of digestion start in mouth itself. Food is bitten off and chewed by the teeth. The chewed food get mixed with the saliva secreted by the salivary glands. The tongue help in mixing the food with saliva and it's allowing down the digestive system. Teeth. Before we describe the nutrition in human beings, it is very important to know about the teeth and their care. In humans, teeth grow twice in their lifetime. That means in our lifetime, the twice times our teeth grow. The first set of 20 teeth appear by the age of 2 years. Then when our age is 2 years, the first set of teeth start grows. These are called milk teeth. These milk teeth fall one by one, and a new set of 32 permanent teeth is formed by the age of 12. After falling the 12 milk teeth, the new set of teeth, that is 32 permanent teeth, grow. This is called permanent teeth, which last for our lifetime. These 32 teeth can be classified into 4 types. That means our teeth are classified into 4 types. First one is incisors, canines, premolar and molar. Now in this table we see the types of human teeth and the number of teeth present in each jaw and total and their functions. First one is incisors. In each jaw the 4 incisors are present, and total in upper and lower jaw total number is 8. Its function is beating and cutting. It can beat and cut the food particles. Canines. In each jaw 2 canines are present. Total canines are 4. Its work is tearing. Its function is tearing the food particle. Premolar. In each jaw the 4 premolars are present, and total premolar is 8. Its function is chewing and grinding the food particles. Molar. In each jaw the 6 molars are present. Total molars is 12. Its also functions chewing and grinding the food particles. Here the shape of the teeth. This is incisors, canines, premolar, molar. These are the shapes. Its work is the cutting and beating the food particles. Its function is tearing. It is grinding and chewing and grinding. Its functions also. Now structure of a teeth. Teeth are fixed into the gums. Each tooth has the following parts. First one is root, the part of a tooth embedded with the jaw. That means this portion is called root. This is inside our jaw. This portion is found inside our jaw. This is crown. Second one is crown. This portion is called crown, which we seen. There's a white part. This is called crown. Neck. The portion between the crown and the root is called neck. The tooth internally is made up of. The internal structure of the tooth is. This is the internal structure of tooth. This is first one is enamel. This is the hardest substance. This is next one is the dentine. Next is pulp. In the pulp portion contains blood vessels and nerves. This is the structure of tooth. How our teeth look like. Next, care of teeth or oral hygiene. How we maintain our teeth or how we care for our teeth. Healthy teeth are white and healthy gums are pink. That means healthy tooth colors is white and the gums colors is also pink. If proper care is not taken, teeth become yellowish due to the formation of the sticky film containing food particles, saliva and bacteria. This is called plaque. The plaque absorbs sugary and starchy food materials. The bacteria in the plaque convert sugar and starch into acids. The acids so formed dissolves the tooth enamel and leads to the formation of cavity in the mouth. Gums hold the teeth. The build of the plaque at the place where teeth meet the gums lead to losing of the teeth. If you may now feel the importance of oral hygiene. Given ahead are some useful suggestions for the proper care of our teeth and gums. How we should take care of our teeth. Properly brush your teeth every day in the morning and again before after going to bed. That means from lower classes we know how we care for our teeth or how should I maintain our hygiene. That means in the morning we do brush your teeth, and in the evening, that means when we go to bed, before going to bed we should also brush our teeth. Wash your mouth thoroughly the water after every meal. That means after every meal we should wash our mouth with clean water. Eat self-cleaning food such as raw vegetable, carrot, radish, cabbage, fresh fruits, particularly citrus fruit. That means self-cleaning food. That means vegetables, raw vegetables, carrot, radish, cabbage, fresh fruits, which help the cleaning of food. That means which helps in our teeth cleaning. Avoid eating sticky and starchy food and sweets, chocolates, toffees, ice cream, etc. Here advice is we should always avoiding the sticky, starchy food. That means chocolate, ice cream. We avoid these types of food for our teeth. Now next one is tongue. How tongue helps in our. Now see, tongue, a muscular organ, is also important for eating and perform several functions. How the tongue helps. It helps in mixing the chewed food with saliva. That means tongue help in chewed food with mixing saliva. That mix the saliva and food. It helps in mixing saliva with food. Swallowing the food. That means we next one is tongue's taste. It has sense organs called taste bud. It also help in tasting the food. Here the portion of some taste buds. Here the bitter. Here it is sour, salt, sweet, salt, sour. Location of the taste bud in human tongue. This bud detect our for basic taste. That means salty, sour, sweet, and bitter. In addition, it helps also to speak. That means tongues also help in speaking. Next is salivary gland. There are 3 pairs of salivary gland in our mouth. A watery material called saliva is secreted by these glands. Saliva help in the digestion of food. Saliva contains an enzyme called amylase, also called ptyalin. Amylase acts as in starch and changes into the sugar. That means amylase helps in the digestion of starch. The sugar is sweet and soluble in water. Perform some activities. This is not required for you. That means from salivary gland, the enzymes which is secreted is called amylase or called ptyalin also, which helps in digestion of starch. Remember this. From salivary gland there is an enzyme is secreted which is called amylase or also called ptyalin. You can also call ptyalin, which acts on digestion of starch. Remember. Here esophagus connect with the mouth cavity with the stomach. That means esophagus is also called food pipe, which is connected with one end in mouth and other end is in our stomach. Esophagus connect with mouth cavity with the stomach and is also called the food pipe. It runs along with the neck and the chest. No digestion takes place. Stomach. Vomiting. So no digestion takes place in esophagus. That is wrong. Something no digestion takes place in your stomach. This is wrong. This is no digestion takes place in esophagus. Vomiting takes place when the food is not accepted by the stomach. When our food is not digested and we feel vomiting and our vomiting also takes place in our esophagus. Stomach. Our stomach is a jar-shaped bag-like structure made up of muscles. The stomach is a widest part of alimentary canal. This is a big, widest, flat. You can also call widest means flats. The gastric glands in the lining of the stomach secrete digestive juice called mucus, hydrochloric acid, and digestive enzymes. From our gastric glands, some enzymes or juices also secreted. This is called mucus, hydrochloric acid, and digestive enzymes. The mucus protect the stomach lining from the action of enzymes and acids. That means mucus protect our stomach by the action of enzymes or acids. And hydrochloric acid kill bacteria that might enter along with the food. And hydrochloric acid help in killing in bacteria which we eat with our food. The acid makes the food acidic to promote the action of enzymes. The stomach muscles churn the food into gastric juices secreted by the glands in the stomach wall. The food stays in the stomach for 2 to 4 hours. Most of the food is digested in stomach. That means maximum portion of the food is digested in stomach. Then we go small intestine. The small intestine is a long coil narrow tube about 6 meters long in length. This is the longest. It is located below the stomach. Here the partially digested food gets mixed with pancreatic juice, and from pancreas, here in small intestine there is a gland, that is pancreas, which help in, this is the gland pancreas, which secrete pancreatic juice, and liver, from liver also a gland which secrete bile juice, and several juices of its own. Digestion of all components of food gets completed here, and the end product are ready for absorption. Then half portion of the food is digested in stomach, then other part or other component of the food is fully digested in the small intestine. Then it is ready for absorption. The nutrients present in the digested food are then absorbed by the finger-like projections in the inner wall of the small intestine. These finger-like projections on the inner wall of the small intestines are called villi, and singular it is called villas. These villi increase the surface area for absorption. Villi contains blood vessels. The digested villi contain food vessels. The digested food passes through the thin wall of these blood vessels and enter into the bloodstream. Now, in our small intestine, there is a finger-like projections is called villi. Villi increases surface area for absorption. When it starts absorption, if it is necessary to store the absorbed food, it also increases its surface area. It can increase its surface area for absorption of the food. This is the villi, the structure of the villi. The blood vessels present in the villi are here. This helps in absorption of food. See this. Here, small intestine is longer in length than the large intestine. That means small intestine is longer than the large intestine. It is only name is large, but it is small in size. The absorbed nutrients are then taken in all cells of the body by the blood. Energy from the food is produced in the cell. Then we get energy from the absorbed food. The excess of nutrients are stored in the body until they are needed. Then excess nutrients also stored in our body. When it is necessary, then we can use this and extra nutrients. Incorporated with of the absorbed nutrients into the cell components is called assimilation. Large intestine is about 1.5 meter long in length. It is no digestion function to carry out. In large intestine there is no digestion in carry out. It helps in absorbing water from the undigested food material. Here the absorption of water also only takes place. Then rectum. The undigested waste material passes into the rectum where it is absorbed as semi-solid feces. The facial matter passes out through the anus. Then it goes to anus or remove out to anus. Now seven number is liver and pancreas. There are special organs connected with the digestive system. The liver secretes bile juice which helps in digestion of fats. From liver there is a juice secreted that is called bile juice which help in the digestion of fats. And pancreas secreted is called insulin. Insulin is important for regulating sugar level in our body. The pancreatic juices acts on proteins, starch, fats and changes into them simpler forms. Then from pancreas there is a juice secreted, is called pancreatic juice, which acts on protein, which helps in digestion of protein, and bile juices help in digestion of fats. Remember this. So this is our steps of the various process of digestion. First is egestion. Egestion is completed in our mouth. Digestion is completed in small stomach also, and half portion is in small intestine. Then absorption is completed in small intestine and large intestine. Then assimilation. Absorbed food is incorporated into the cell component. Cell is stored the absorbed excess food. In our body, cell is stored in excess food. Then negation means remove waste product or undigested food. See. Now see, there is a tabular form. These are the parts of the digestive system, and here the enzymes of the secreted these organs. The mouth is secreted saliva. This is called amylase also. Stomach from gastric juice, the pepsin secreted. Pancreas is pancreatic juice. Small intestine, intestinal juice secreted. Food acted upon. Saliva helps in digestion of starch, gastric. This pepsin helps in proteins. Salivary pancreatic juice, proteins, fats and starch. And product formed from starch, it is from sugars, proteins to amino acids or peptides. Proteins, salivary amylase to amino acid, that means proteins, and fats to amino acid. From amino acid, maltose, fatty acid, glycerol. And intestinal juice, it is called glucose and other simple sugars. That is my carbohydrate, amino acid, proteins, fat to fatty acid, and glycerol from fats. In my next video, I will discuss about the digestive system in ruminants.